Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're doing well today. I came across a viewer comment a few days ago saying the US product boycott might be starting to lose steam. That caught my attention, so I looked into it. Turns out CTV actually did a segment on it. Now, I'll be honest, this topic is going to stir some mixed reactions. A lot of us, including myself, support a full boycott of US goods. But the truth is, no boycott is ever going to hit 100%, and that doesn't mean it's failing. Before we dive into the clip, and I share my take, if you're new here and appreciate the content, tapping like and subscribe helps push our message to more Canadians and international allies. Let's get into it.
Once the focus of the federal election and a staple for water cooler chit-chat, the motivation to only buy Canadian products appears to be dwindling.
I don't really care where it comes from. If it's cheaper, it's better.
I use oranges for my smoothies.
Right out of the gate, we've got two Canadian responses. One says he just buys whatever's cheapest, the other still buys Florida oranges. Now look, the rational side of me gets it. People are free to make their own choices. If they still want US products, that's on them. But in reality, not every Canadian is on board with the boycott, whether it's about products or tourism. And as frustrating as that might be, they're entitled to their reasons.
This reaction reflective in recent polling.
The level of attention that Canadians are paying to the Trump tariffs is lower than it was a couple of months ago. And now it's at 69%. It used to be 84%.
Research co-found 3 in 5 Canadians are avoiding buying American goods, down 4% since March. The polling also found a 5% drop in sidestepping American chain restaurants, but only a 2% decrease of people considering canceling trips to the U.S.
Let's not forget, this is just a poll, probably taken from a random batch of people. It's not hard data. Remember when Hillary was ahead in the polls? Yeah, we all know how that turned out. Personally, I don't let polls sway me. I look at flight data, land border numbers, and most of all, how desperate US businesses are getting. If they're still handing out coupons and free golf balls just to get Canadians back, that says it all.
It's been somewhere between volatile and a pretty sizable decline.
Bellingham and Seattle being hit hard over the last several months as Canadians stay north.
April 2025 compared to April 2024, we saw, I think it was about a 51% drop in southbound trips by Canadians.
You know, I think the most important thing is that we love you, neighbors, and we're ready for you to come back when you're ready.
That's all I needed to hear. Two locals. One says traffic into Blaine is still down by as much as 51%. The other says they miss us, and they're just waiting for us to come back. Well, I'll be ready when Donald's gone. But even then, do I really want to deal with the same old 51st rhetoric from the 70 million who voted for him?
As they work to attract British Columbians back, there's been another blow to cross-border relations.
Steel producers are bracing for the impact of 50% tariffs from the U.S.
A 25% bump in tariffs sending shockwaves throughout the BC industry.
Kinamet was created specifically for the aluminum industry, and anything that affects that would have a massive impact on us.
Rapidly changing policies, leaving UBC political scientists watching closely.
We just have to get used to this new way, this new, more transactional relationship, and hopefully over that medium term, Prime Minister Carney, the current approach to try to quietly rebuild that relationship bears some fruit, but we have to wait and see.
So here's what stood out to me. The report mentions the Canadian steel industry is going to get hit next, and that says a lot about the current political turmoil. Every single day Donald opens his mouth, he gives Canadians a new reason to stay away. And when that happens, people who once didn't care about the boycott might suddenly feel it in their wallets. Maybe their job's on the line. Maybe that thing they always buy just doubled in price. Everyone has a breaking point. For me and many of our viewers, it was the annexation threats. Plain and simple. So how do I take this CTV report? I take the polling with a grain of salt. And I take the guys from Blaine seriously, because they're the ones seeing it firsthand on the other side of the boycott. Until US businesses stop begging Canadians to come back, I'm not buying the narrative that this boycott is fading. And personally, I won't be crossing that border for a very long time. Let me know what you think. Do you feel the boycott is really fading? Or do you, like me, pay more attention to the numbers and the desperation coming from US businesses? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you found value in this video, hit like and subscribe. It helps us get this message out to more Canadians and allies around the world. Now, before I wrap things up, a quick reminder for anyone still tempted to cross the border for a vacation. Sure, you might get that sunny California beach day, but you might also get tear gas and flashbangs with your sunscreen. This is just the beginning, and it's only going to get uglier. I'll be watching it unfold, popcorn in hand, from right here, north of the 49th. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.
Oh shit. Yeah, tear gas happening.
You too. Bro, they're really not, like, nobody's throwing nothing at them. You see?
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Yep. Well, thank you both again. What were your names?
G and J.
G and J. Great to meet y'all. I'm Mason. Yeah. Thanks so much. I'll circle back. I'm gonna go talk to you. Yep. Yeah, Chad. Again, like, these are the people that live here on a daily basis. You know, they're not here to cause chaos. They're not here to be looting. A lot of times, these are people that are coming in from other communities that take advantage of the situation. But folks like that are here because they care. They care about the mission, and that's a perfect example of, you know, that person was willing to talk about it in front of a lot of people. But every person that we're looking at has a story. Every person that we're looking at is here because they care about what's actually going on. People also keep saying Mason's a Fed. If I was a Fed, I would be encouraging more violence, because why